Of Hardhats TV. Today we're in Pueblo, Colorado. We have made the playoffs as the one seed of the National Regional against many of the guesses from some of the host participants and organizers here. Hardhats in their first ever appearance in the Tourney Andenucio Memorial Tournament, making some noise. They ended up beating the host team 11-1 in one of the best games they played this year. Finished 4-1 in pool play and with a head-to-head victory over the other team that was 4-1. And now we play the Marucci team, MMW Marucci. This is the semifinals. Winner goes on to play the winner of actually our very own Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers, who are here. And actually, the two Legion teams that are participating, Cheyenne and Rapid City, beating these star-studded showcase teams and going out on top of each of their respective pools. So take that for Legion. And then the other two teams that made the playoffs, they're both from the same organization. Showcase Midwest Marucci, Victus, MMW. This is the Marucci side of things. The Victus is the slightly more senior team. This would be the slightly more junior team, filled with guys who are sophomores and incoming juniors, more or less, as opposed to that Victus team that was largely graduated seniors. So in theory, that Victus team, it was very hard. It took a monumental 110-pitch effort from Lee Negebauer to go complete game and win that one. Took a last-minute comeback in the 7th, but the Hardhats were able to beat that team transitively. This being the younger of the teams, you would hope that they would have good luck with this team. Winner plays Victus against Cheyenne's winner, and that would be at 7 o'clock later today. So let me give you the lineups real quick. These are the semifinals. I'm going to update the little thing on the top of the scoreboard to say that. Happy Father's Day, everybody. There we go. That fits just perfectly across the top of the scoreboard. Hardhats going to be the host team here. They're going to be playing as the home team, bottom of the inning, as they were the 1 seed in their group. This was the 2 seed in the other group. So let me give you a recap of how the Hardhats have done thus far in this tournament. They ended up winning confidently over the Woodward Travelers from Woodward, Oklahoma, 12-0 in the opening game. Then later that night played a classic against the MMW Victus team, a video that has just been uploaded in good quality to this channel that you can watch back in high quality of that 2-1 victory with the Hardhats comeback in the 7th inning on the back of an incredible performance from Lee Negebauer to beat Grandview pitcher Jax Pfister. And then we ended up playing against the Gojo Baseball Club, scored 4 runs in the first, allowed 3, and then just kind of coasted from there, winning 4-3 and 7. Then got a surprise loss, a tough, demoralizing loss to the Lightning Baseball Club of Parker, who hung in the game long enough and pounced at the right time to beat the Hardhats 4-3. And then the Hardhats responded with a 11-1 mercy rule clobbering of the host Pueblo Azteca Blue team, which was possibly their best offensive effort to date. Hardhats now 31-9 on the season. The win streak did end with that Lightning Baseball Club, but they've won 21 of their last 22. And there we go. So here's the lineup for the post-22 Hardhats. Leading off, third baseman Aiden Roberts. Then, yet again, but playing left today, is Jace Morgan at the 2-hole. Center fielder Harry Good is third. Cleanup, first baseman Alex Dietrich. Second baseman Hayden Hollick at the 5. Right fielder will be Aaron Roach playing 6th. He was out of the lineup in the Lightning game. Otherwise, he's been in everything. Designated hitter Tate Crosswade is at the 7. The catcher Philip Bentz is 8th. And shortstop Wilson Kiefer at 9. And returning after pitching 4 innings against the Woodward, Oklahoma team, Jaden Moreno back out in action. The number 3 starter for these Hardhats. He pitched 4 no-hit innings against Woodward before he was wisely pulled to keep him under the pitch count to be able to pitch today. Great job with the managerial side of things. Plus, Carter Johnson finished the no-hitter, so pretty cool. To repeat, the first three for the Hardhats: third baseman Aiden Roberts, left fielder Jason Morgan, and center fielder Harry Good. The middle three: first baseman Alex Dietrich, second baseman Hayden Hollick, and right fielder Aaron Roach. And the bottom three designated hitter Tate Crossway, catcher Phillip Benz, and shortstop Wilson Kiefer, with Jaden Moreno on the mound. This Marucci team comes into the game at 7-6-1, but they've played a very tough schedule. Their road to here, they beat a USA Prime team that was projected to be one of the best in the tournament coming into it. They ended up beating them 5-4 in the opening game, then barely beat a Burke Burnett team that ended bottom of the pool 5-4, then beat the Azteca Red team in a tough game 9-6, and then finally lost a close one to Cheyenne Post 6, who we are very familiar with, 5-4. The 2 seed out of the National Division. They only played 4 games. Hardhats played 5 because there was one extra team on our side, which seems a little unfair, but hey. Up to bat now is Jackson Schlepper. 0-1. Schlepper takes a ball high from Moreno. Schlepper going to Falcon High School. I happen to know a few of those people. The Falcons they are, from Falcon. Outside, 2-1. Want to guess what logo they have? Yeah, that's right, the Atlanta Falcons. But it is gold and green. Two-one count now for Moreno. Fastball fought off. Schlepper behind that one. Got 2-2 count now. Moreno in search of his first strikeout. Seems to be feeling pretty good. High energy coming into the day. The 2-2. Curveball in the dirt. Benz blocks it. Schlepper able to hold off. Somebody I know from Falcon, somebody I go to school with out in Arizona State, Jackson Shaw. This is Jackson Schlepper. They might have known each other, but 2 years off in graduation, so maybe not. I don't know. He was a basketball player there. Averaged over 10 points a game. Fastball. Just got a piece of it, and Schlepper fights it off. The star on the basketball team when Jackson Shaw was there, Mason Black, who I believe goes to CSU Pueblo now, which is pretty cool. Payoff pitch. Another fastball, swing and a miss, strike 3. Jaden Moreno rifles a ball past Schlepper's bat, and that'll be out number 1.
Second baseman, 50, Aiden Wells.
Up comes Aiden Wells. He's hailing from Highlands Ranch High School, where he put up an impressive .412 batting average as a junior. One out now in the top of the first. Stepping off the mound, Moreno's going to take a sec. Aiden Wells playing second today. 16 stolen bases, so not somebody you want to let on the base paths, but also it's not somebody you want to face at the plate. A 1,100, that is flared into right, going back on it and making the grab is Aaron Roach. Fly out on the first pitch he sees, and 2 outs now in the top of the first. Good start here for Moreno and the Hardhats. Up comes catcher Zach Murray from Pine Creek. So a little bit out of the Denver metro, more towards the Colorado Springs side of things. Yes, of course, the showcase team. Curveball in the zone, a pretty pitch. Up and down it goes, 0-1. The delivery. That time the curveball too low. And Murray keeps the lumber upright. Shout out to the Wi-Fi, it's being very good today. Happy for that. Fastball. Swung on and squared up into right. Aaron Roach going back on it, still going back, and he will make the running grab. Good range there from Aaron Roach and the Hardhats. 1-2-3 in the top of the first. Jaden Moreno scoreless through the top of the first. Hardhats going to get a chance to now put up some runs. They put up the majority of their runs on the entire tournament just in the first inning. They've been able to jump on teams like that. But some good contact there from the Marucci team. I don't know who that is on the first baseline, but I believe they're in prayer. Okay, I mean, it's Sunday. So no hits, no runs, no earned runs, no errors, nobody left on there in the first inning. Let me give you the lineup now for Marucci. Leading off for them was shortstop Jackson Schlepper, who struck out swinging. Then the second baseman Aiden Wells from Highlands Ranch High School batted second and flew out to right. Then the catcher Zach Murray from Pine Creek went flew out to right as well to end the inning. Cleaning up is third baseman from Castleview High School Kian Lundvall. Then at the 5 hole, it's first baseman Brooker England from Mountain Vista. Left fielder Isaiah Berard from Legend High School takes the 6 hole. The center fielder VJ Graves from Mountain Vista as well is at the 7. Right fielder Garrett Williams from Highlands Ranch at the 8. And designated hitter Noah Mortensen from Heritage High School, a place that I was very close to for a number of years, and actually toured, at the 9 hole with Brody Olson on the mound. So, to repeat, the first 3 for MMW Marucci. Shortstop Jackson Schlepper, second baseman Aiden Wells, and catcher Zach Murray. The middle 3, third baseman Kian Lundvall, first baseman Brooker England, and left fielder Isaiah Berard. And the bottom 3, VJ Graves, or center fielder VJ Graves, right fielder Garrett Williams, and designated hitter Noah Mortensen, with Brody Olson on the mound. This is a primarily younger team, at least one class younger than the Victus team that we've seen before, so not quite as mature, not quite as polished as the Victus squad we saw. Victus squad gave us troubles, though. This one could too, and they're here for a reason. Aiden Roberts leading off. He's been hitting great in this tournament. Upwards of 8 hits, including a 3-for-3 performance against the Gojo Baseball Club. One out count, delivered from Olson, low and away. 2 balls, no strikes on Roberts. He'll happily take a walk, the stolen base leader on this Hardhats squad. Strike down the middle from Olson, he locates. Inside ball, gets through the legs of the catcher, nobody on, so it's harmless, but that will be the 3rd ball. 3-1 count now. Low ball 4, and the opening man walked. Not a good strategy here for Marucci. The Hardhats already on the bases with one of their fastest players. Jace Morgan now up, the left fielder. He was raking last night. Got 4 runs of his own against Pueblo. 2 hits, a hit by pitch, and a walk. Swung on, grounded up the middle. The shortstop going to handle it. Flips to second. The relay not in time, but one man retired. Aiden Roberts cut down at second. Morgan able to leg it out, avoid the double play, and he will reach on fielder's choice. 6-4 put out. Fielder's choice will get rid of Roberts. Up comes Harry Good. Speaking of guys who've been raking, he's been doing just fine with the wood bats here. Hardhats adapting very well to the wood bats. They did not know it was a wood bat tournament until they got here. And then frantically the parents had to go to a Dick's Sporting Goods and buy out a lot of their wood bats to see if they could, and hey, Hardhats have done pretty well with them. Though, ball definitely carrying less, but I don't know how much it would matter with how high these fences are. It'd be kind of hard to knock anything out of the yard. 2 balls, no strikes. Look at the murkiness. Two-0 count. Roberts got his glove on. Check swing, didn't go. 3 balls, no strikes now to Harry Good. A chance to walk and give it over to Alex Dietrich. Dietrich on deck. The big cleanup man, 44 RBIs on 40 games thus far in this season. He'll step off, threaten to throw to first, doesn't. 3-0. Strike down the middle. Olsen, yet again, when his back against the wall, able to locate on the 3-0 pitch. We'll see if he does better than with his 3-1 pitch, though. He ended up walking Roberts in the first on that 5th pitch offered. Olsen stares down the runner. And Harry Good calls for some time. Thank you all for spending your Sunday with us. Happy Father's Day to everybody out there. Plenty of great parents making all of this possible. Plenty of great grandparents also being a big part of this. Harry makes sure that it was indeed a ball. He holds his bat before he throws it. He's like, oh, are you going to give me this one? Yes.
Brings up first baseman, number 27.
So, second walk offered by Olsen. The Hardhats getting free runners as an exchange. And now both Morgan and Good are on base on second and first with Alex Dietrich up to bat. He has not been having the best tournament with the wood bats, but he has been driving in runs. Pueblo Azteca, he was silenced in the first 2 innings. Other than that, pretty good. Very good defensive plays there. Swung on, fouled away. So Dietrich drops the bat, fouls off a low changeup, I'm going to call that one. Could be a splitter, something like that. Olsen, the lefty, checking on the 2 runners. Morgan looking like he's going to jump here. Low in the dirt, ball starts rolling away. Morgan will stay put. He should have jumped, apparently. 2-1 count. Olsen's control starting to betray this Marucci team. Another flow fat. Ooh, never mind. Called strike. Just got the bottom of the zone, apparently. Olsen, one of the more senior players here. Swung on, fouled away. Actually, no, never mind. He's going to be a high school senior next year. So he's a rising senior. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Dietrich fighting off pitches. Nothing's been swing and miss yet for Olsen. Dietrich golfs a ball foul on one near the bottom of his shins. The Osprey are out here today, but noticeably just staying in their nest, not messing around with the heat. Swung on and going to be lined into right. It'll get down. Morgan going to be told to come home. Harry Good heading to third. The ball just now reaching the infield, and the Hardhats are on the board. An RBI single for Alex Dietrich. Hardhats on top with the first hit of the ballgame. That was a slow and steady swing. Wasn't much power put behind it. Just wanted to make good contact, and the bat did the rest of the work as he floated a single into right center. RBI for Dietrich. Harry Good goes first to third. Morgan comes home from second. His 5th run in the last 6 innings. No, 5 innings hitting. No, 6 innings hitting. So 1 out, 2 on. Hardhats, like I said, scored the majority of their runs in this tournament in the first inning. 12 against Woodward in the first, none against Victus in the first, then 4 against Gojo in the first, 3 against Lightning in the first, and 2 against Azteca in the first. Low and outside, ball 1. They've done a great job at jumping on top of these teams, and speaking of that, here is Hayden Hollick. Last night he had a monster game with 3 hits for 4 RBIs. Taking off is Dietrich, and look at him run. The first baseman showing off the wheels. Stolen base, never looked back. That's actually his 2nd steal of the tournament. Good for you, Alex. A lot of people were saying he was the fastest player on the team when I interviewed him last week. So, I believe it was more sarcastic, but you never know. 2-0. Infield playing in. trying to get out at the plate. It's 3-0. Olsen finds himself in another hole. He could give out his third walk of the inning. Now what he wants to have happen, Aaron Roach on deck. He's been swinging the wood bat pretty dang well. Yet again, Olsen. Wait, called strike, right? No, that was a walk. Hey! That might have been a little bit lucky. That ball, I thought, clipped the bottom left corner, but I also don't have a better angle than the umpire, so disregard that when I'm talking about missed calls. So, anyways, bases now loaded for Aaron Roach. Roach notably absent from the Lightning game. I believe that was like his second time in the whole win streak where he was not on the lineup and they did end up losing. So maybe Roach an X factor of sorts. He was there for Pueblo last night in the dominant win. The Osprey taken off. 0-1, down the middle. Brody Olsen ahead in the count for the first time today. Well, I guess he was ahead in the count 1-2 against Dietrich. So it's not technically the first of the day. Roach, been a fighter in this tournament. Very hard to strike out. Swung on and driven high and deep into right. Going back on it. Towards the track, it is caught on the run. 1 run will score. Heading to third is Dietrich. And a sacrifice fly is the second out of the inning. The Hardhats up 2-0 now in the first. Another spot hit out to deep right. That's where Roach had to make his running catch to end the top of the first. He just sends it right where he was comfortable with it. Sac fly. It is the second out. Dietrich moves to third. Hollick goes back to first. That must just be what they're trained to do, is that he starts running for second so that there's no chance of like a double play or something. And then he goes back every time. If it's caught, swing and a miss. Strike one. I think he could have tagged up and gotten there. 0-1 count. There's the Osprey flying right over the field, getting scared around by that little bird again. We saw that last night. That bird ferocious, swooping. And now the other one's getting excited in the nest. Oh, large talons on that bird. Wouldn't mess with it. 1-1 count. Swung on and hit down into right. A worm burner will make its way into the right field. A ground ball makes it through for Tate Crossway, scoring Dietrich, and the Hardhats up 3-0. Tate Crossway. They keep calling him Crosswalk. It's kind of funny, honestly. All right. Philip Bentz, the catcher, now up. He's got men on first and second. 2 outs. Hardhats got it right where they want it right now. They're hopping on top of this team. Jade Moreno on the mound. The thing is, as soon as you throw a guy, you can't like take him out after the first. So Moreno going to keep pitching through this game. Plus, it's a winner go home, so you want to keep doing that. But the Hardhats going to probably make him go the distance here to preserve whatever pitchers they have left. Broden Sales, River Walters, and Brian Negebauer. That one driven hard into right. It'll fall. And being told to come home is going to be Hollick. He slides in safely. Another single, and the Hardhats up 4-0. Third single of the inning. Brings Crossway to second. Hollick churns his way all the way from second to home. And 4 runs on the board now for the Hardhats. The last batter to come up in this inning is Wilson Kiefer. Looking to come through with 2 outs. Courtesy runner being put on first. I believe that Carter Johnson. Swung on, soft grounder to third. It is handled. He'll go to the bag himself, and that will be the inning. So a ground out to third base will end it. The Hardhats on 3 hits put up 4 runs. All 4 of them are earned to the starter, Olsen. No errors on the Marucci club. And 2 men left on. It is 4-0. Hardhats off to a good start, but in 4 of their 5 games played thus far, they have only scored in 1 inning. So as good as this sounds, it may not, it might be a little deceiving. Hardhats put up 4 in the first against Gojo and had to win a nail-biter 4-3. And then put up 3 in the first against the Parker Lightning Club and ended up relinquishing the lead, losing 4-3 in a shocker. So strong first inning, something they put up in all of these, but not necessarily a winner. The only game where they've scored in multiple innings, their 11-1 game against Pueblo last night, where it seemed like they figured it out. So I believe that's in the past, but there are no guarantees. Where's Hollick? There he is. Running out a little bit after everybody.
And ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to give a big thank you and shout out to our man over on the first base dugout, Mr. Miles.
And we are all good. So we're going to start off the second inning here. Jade Moreno, 1-2-3 in the first. Hasn't allowed a hit in the last 5. Carrying a 6-1 record, 1.31 ERA, and 1.09 WHIP entering the game. He's been a fantastic number 3 starter. Hardhats pitching as deep as it's been in many years. Hardhats program as deep as it's been in many years. There are many expos that would, under normal circumstances, be on this Hardhat squad, but aren't here because there's so many great seniors that have been here for so long. Just a spoil of talent. So Jaden Moreno coming back out. He'll face the cleanup man, Kian Lundvall. First pitch inside. He'll have to run out of the way. 1-0 count. Moreno. Curveball in the zone. Strike 1. I'm really always seeing fastball curveball from Moreno today. Curveball is timed up and smacked into left. The first hit of the day for Marucci, and the first hit allowed for Jade Moreno in the tournament. A leadoff single from Kian Lundvall, Castleview High School. I believe that's Castle Rock. One might assume. Most of these players, Denver Metro. 3 of them from Colorado Springs area. And then there's Falcon, which is kind of on its own. Colorado Springs. They have a Papa Murphy's. It's true. 1-0. Man on first, nobody out. Up to bat, Brooker England. He turned 16 just this month. One of the youngest players on this squad. And I believe younger than anybody on the Hardhats. Declan Mickley might be. I don't know. He's not here, though. He didn't make the trip. He's still recovering from an injury. And then Wyatt Reeder, also young. 2-0. Some jumps going on at first. Smacked over to first, and it'll get through. Beyond the outstretched glove of Alex Dietrich. The throw cut off. And first to third going is Kian Lundvall. Marucci's showing they've got the bats here today. Back-to-back singles from Lundvall and England. Brings up Isaiah Berard. Berard, legend high school player. They gave us a lot of trouble yesterday. The majority of that Lightning baseball team we played, members of the Legend Chargers. I don't know what he's telling them. There goes the Osprey. So 2 on, nobody out. Tough start for the inning. Ball low and outside. What a play from Bentz. That ball very wild, and he's able to keep it corralled. How about that? One of the best blocks I've seen all year. He had a great one last night, too. Kind of defied what I thought was possible. Reached out, and then as soon as he caught a very hard catch, it was in his glove, taking off, and it's a good throw. They got him. through the legs. That was pretty neat. Hayden Hollick in between the legs tag. I believe the runner went through the legs. Am I crazy?
No, I think so.
And man caught stealing. 2-4. That was pretty neat. Shout out to the runner for not taking him out. But caught stealing out number 1. That's a good start. Hardhats finally have an out on the board in this at-bat, or in this inning. Berard now facing a 2-1. Strong lead off of third from swing and a miss. Lundvall leading off of third there. So Berard facing a 2-2 count. Moreno, just the 1K on the day. He's got plenty more in the tank, though. Still pretty fresh. 2-2. Fastball outside. Good job from Bentz again to make a snag well outside of the zone. That was a grunt ball. Moreno put his all into that fastball. And now we got a full count. 3-2-1 to Isaiah Berard. Moreno, no walks in this game thus far. There it is. So that will be ball 4. There's the announcer jinx. And Berard will reach base on a walk. So back to men on first and third, but there is one out after Bentz gunned down Brooker England, taking off for second. And now up comes VJ Graves from Mountain Vista. I broadcast a game from their roof, and it was very chilly. It was a football game in mid-October, I believe. One of the few road games that year that I got to broadcast at Grandview High School in Aurora. Curveball up and outside. 1-0. Moreno wiping his hands on the turf. Maybe trying to get rid of any moisture that may have accumulated. Pickoff attempt. Ooh, almost got him. A good try there. One 0 count. Outside ball 2 in the other batter's box. Graves. Now the 2-0. Bentz sets up on the outside of the plate. Moreno dips his hat just above the zone there. A good fastball, though. And now, behind in the count, 3-0. Moreno, typically a guy who likes to get a first pitch strike and work backwards from there. Now having to put a ball in the zone without putting a hit in play. There it is. So the changeup finds the zone. 3-1 now. Graves steps out of the box. Now Moreno foot to the rubber. Check it on Lundvall. Gives the signal, checking at first, and delivers. Strike 2 in the upper right corner. That's a beauty of a slider. And working now to a full count. Moreno, this is where he walked the last batter, Isaiah Berard. He only has 1K on the day, looking for a second. Fastball swung on, driven into center. That could be trouble. Harry Good gets it. He's got a cannon. The throw to the plate going to be intercepted by Dietrich. And that will be a sacrifice fly. Marucci on the board now. But 2 outs in the top of the second. The lead now at 3 runs. Tough break, but an all right exchange.
Number 2 brings out number 7, right fielder Garrett Williams.
So Lundvall scores from third. Still on first is Berard. Out comes Garrett Williams. Garrett standing at 6'4", 172 pounds. Large frame, up and outside. Probably a good pitcher as well, if I were to guess. Plenty of leverage. 1-0 count. Ball is popped up. That could be trouble. Failing towards the right field line and just out of reach of Aaron Roach. He's frustrated with himself. I think if he had dove, he might have had a chance there. But instead, it falls harmlessly foul. Isaiah Berard had gotten all the way to third by the time that ball hit the turf. I'm noticing kind of a safari hat. Or one of those, like, Australian hats going on at the first base coach. Pretty suave. 1-1. Curveball popped up. That one going to be an easy catch, I believe. Harry Good coming in on it. He thinks he has it, and he does. So that'll end the top of the second. Marucci puts up 1 on a pair of hits. And the Hardhats still lead by 3 going into their second inning of batting. Recap the inning. 2 hits lead to 1 run. It is earned to Moreno. There are no hard hat errors. They haven't had an error in a while. At least 2 games. And 1 man is left on base. So 4-1 the score. Marucci breaking through the defenses of the Hard Hats to get on the board. That's a pivotal part of beating this team. If you give them the Hard Hats do a good job of giving you no hope and hoping that you have some quit in you, and that if you can't get anything going, you're like, man, this pitcher's good. I guess it's not that big a deal if everybody can't get a hit. But in a do-or-die game here, Marucci putting up back-to-back hits. And speaking of back-to-back, we're back up to the top of the order. We're going to get an encore here in the second. All 9 players batted. Aiden Roberts going to lead this one off too. I'd love to see the encore put up a similar performance to the primary show. So due up of Roberts, Morgan, and Good. It worked pretty well the first time. Roberts took a walk. Morgan grounded into an almost double play. And then Good walk, single from Dietrich, walk from Pollock, sac fly from Roach, single, ground out. First pitch, low ball, taken by Roberts. Another one low. Pair of fastballs spiked into the turf. This is a half turf, half grass / dirt field. Only the infield turf, similar to that of Brookings. And Bob, I can't remember his last name. Bob Sheldon, that's right, Bob Sheldon Field. Swung on and driven high and deep into right. That one's got a chance, and it's foul. That was a 335-foot ball hit down the left field line, but about 15 feet foul. Good contact from Roberts there. That's one of the longest hits I've seen him ever make. I mean, it was a foul ball, but distance-wise, that's about as good as it gets for him. Swung on and driven into left. That'll be a single, leadoff single for Aiden Roberts. He keeps the hot streak going. Nothing's getting by his bat today.
Yeah, single for Roberts.
The cap is stealing that pen.
42, James Morgan.
Up comes Jace Morgan. Last time in the first, Roberts was on first, and Morgan ruined his fun. That's going to be lifted into center and caught. So Morgan out twice now. Well, technically not. He grounded into a double play where a fielder's choice allowed him to reach base. The first out recorded. Up comes Harry Good. He took a 5-pitch walk his first time up and came around to score. The infield playing surprisingly short for a guy like Harry. I don't think they know. So the outfield playing some middle distance. Harry Plenty of strength. Taking off is Roberts. The throw. Not going to get him. And flies out of the glove right there by second. 23rd successful stolen base. Aiden Roberts yet to be caught. It is a 1-0 count to Harry. Like I said, the outfield playing very in, trying to limit bloopers. Harry can easily hit it over their head. Ball inside. Harry moves his hips to get out of the way. And now 2 balls, no strikes. If they're not going to give him a strike, though, he'll be happy to take a second walk. No questions asked. There is bullpen action going on in the Marucci side of the field. Swung on and hit hard into left. That's what I'm talking about. Coming in to score is Roberts. Rounding for second is Harry Good. He will be told to hold up there. And that's exactly what I'm saying. Harry Good moving around the salt shaker on second base. An RBI double. They just didn't know. They didn't know about his power. They didn't know he could hit it that far. And now they have to learn it the hard way. RBI double for Harry Good. Brings in Roberts for his first run of the day. Swung on Dietrich. High chopper foul. There's a fly in here annoying me. All right. 'Tis the thing about leaving a window open, though. You will get flies. 0-1. Dietrich takes the ball in the dirt. It gets away from the catcher, bouncing off his foot. And taking third uncontested is Harry Good. The first wild pitch of the day. Well, at least the first wild pitch that costs him anything. 1-1 count for Dietrich. He had an RBI single in the first. He can do the same right here. Strike at the knees. That's a pretty fastball. A juicy one if he wanted to go for it, but I believe Dietrich was taking there. Hullock on deck, the RBI machine he is. Outside, ball 2. That middle of Dietrich and Hullock just raking in everybody off the base paths this year. I believe they have upwards of 70 RBIs. 2-2. Changeup misses low. It dies before it gets to the plate. 1 out here in the bottom of the second. The Hardhats up 5-1, looking to keep building on that and punch themselves a ticket to the tournament championship tonight. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. And a high fastball gets a... I genuinely believe that is the first whiff from anybody on the Hardhats in this game against Brody Olson. Came at a very big time. All of his pitches have been relatively hittable. That's the first strikeout, but also the first swinging miss. 2 outs now here in the bottom of the second. Aiden Hullock now up. He had 4 RBIs last night on a trio of hits. A double, 2 singles. Surprisingly did not score in that game, something he has done already. And this one, swing and a miss on a ball down low. There's a second swinging strike. Olson starting to find his groove, perhaps. Unluckily for him, Hayden Hullock already in his groove. Olson, another pitch, swing and a miss. There it is. A high fastball outside yet again, gets a whiff. And that'll be the end of the second inning. The Hardhats put up 1 run on a double from Harry Good to deep left field. And the Hardhats yet again up 4 as they enter the top of the third inning. Jaden Moreno coming out for his third inning of work. Recap that inning. 1 hit lead, or 2 hits lead to 1 run. It is earned to Olson. There are no Marucci errors. That's one of the things that has been helpful for them. Though most of their outs have either been at the plate or flyouts, not throws or anything. Actually, only 1 out has been recorded by a throw of any kind, and it was just a simple flip from short to second. And then 1 man left on third as Harry Good. It is 5-1. Hardhats still in a good spot this morning. After this game at Hobbs Field at approximately 2:30 will be the Cheyenne versus Victus game. Then we will take a little siesta and see you at 7, assuming the Hardhats were to win. They would play the winner of that Victus Cheyenne game for the championship of the 44th annual Tourney Andenucio Memorial Tournament in their first ever appearance.
Marucci. Number 11, Noah.
It'd be really cool if we saw Cheyenne again. And after they won the season series 3-2 and won the veterans off the tiebreaker, we finally got to play them for a really big thing outside of here. And we're the partner they invited to dance too, as they suggested we take part in this tournament in the first place. So Noah Mortensen, the left-handed DH, taking a ball that might have been a strike. Curveball in the dirt. That one definitely not a strike. The Doves are yelling. What about? We'll never know. High ball 3. So Moreno looking a little wild to start off this inning. Mortensen still waggling. There's a strike in the zone, so Moreno able to locate on that one. Crucial strike thrown. Swung on and grounded softly to Kiefer. He'll have his first play of the day, running throw in time. So the first out, put out by Wilson Kiefer in the top of the third. And up comes Schlepper. Schlepper is the only strikeout victim of the day so far for Jaden Moreno. Moreno getting to pitch on both hot days. He was the pitcher in that first game where everybody was wearing some of those brightly colored construction head towels that keep the moisture in. I don't know what those are officially called, but it was those things. I don't know who taught anybody how to tie a do-rag, but they were doing a pretty good job. Swung on and hit into left center. That could be trouble. Harry Good going back on it. He thinks he has a play. He does. That ball had a little too much lift. And 2 outs now in the top of the third. It was hit to a good spot with good distance, but too much height. Gave the Hardhats too much time to track it down. And up comes Aiden Wells. Wells, one of the most accomplished players on this team, at least at the high school ranks. Strike 1, a curveball in the bottom right corner. A 1. Chopped, high. Moreno handles. Routine throw to first in time. And another 1-2-3 inning. So after that troublesome second, Jaden Moreno collects himself, pitches well, and gets out of the inning spotless. Hardhats carry a 4-run lead into the bottom of the inning for the first time. Looking to keep piling on. It'd be very helpful for them if they could do some sort of mercy rule here and get out of town before they have to use up too many more innings pitching. If they were to win, they would have that big game tonight and need everybody that they have. They don't have Lighty, they don't have Negebauer. Well, they don't have Lee Negebauer. They have Ryan Negebauer, who could be very important in that game. They have Broden Sales, they have River Walters, and then Carter Johnson also available, Dawson Inhofer as well. So we've got a lot of relief arms, only probably 2 starters, I guess, though. We got 2 openers, I will say. Sales has started and gone more than 4, like twice, I want to say. River, more or less a less than 5 inning guy. He's an opener. Had some trouble against Gojo, but has since turned 18. So maybe he has some more wisdom to him. His birthday was yesterday. Shout out to our little goggle goober, River Walters. And yeah, it's going to be one that he's going to remember a long time. How often are you in Pueblo playing baseball on your birthday? I mean, he didn't play yesterday, but he was there.
Number 23, Aaron
He
Roach.
played the day before when he was 17 and 364 days old. So, Hardhats back up. Aiden Roberts not leading off this inning for the first time. Aaron Roach will. He puts down a bunt. That's a strong one down the left field line. That'll be safe. A good play from Olsen, I must say, sliding and making a grab. Is that still Olsen? Is that Olsen? Is that Olsen? Is that his number? That is not Olsen's number. We have a reliever in. They just didn't tell me. We have a reliever, Jack Reeves from Cherokee Trail. I've been there many times. We shared a stadium. They're actually very good. They had a lot of guys on that Victus team. Top 5 in Colorado for a portion this year. Swung on and swatted past the outstretched glove of the second baseman. Tate Crossway, his second single of the day. Great job there. A diving effort from the second baseman, Aiden Wells. He did everything he could, but his arm about, 6 inches too short to reach that one. He could have stretched, elastically a little more and made out of rubber or something. He could have made that play. Two on, nobody out. What's happening? First pitch strike. Somehow Phillip Benz ended up on the other side of the plate. I might need to watch that back. Oh, we tried to put down a bunt and it was foul. That's right. Okay. 0-1. Put down a bunt. This one's soft. Olsen grabs. Reeves grabs. Safe! The look at the wheels on the catcher. Phillip Benz with another one of his patented infield singles. And 3 hits in a row to start off the third for the Hardhats. They can play small ball. They can play normal. They can slug. They can play whatever they want.
Courtesy runner number 18,
Dawson Inhofer going to come up on the courtesy runner. The base is loaded, nobody out for Wilson Kiefer now. He grounded out to third his last time up. There's a force out of every bag, so really just trying to get it out of the infield here. Or a walk. Walk would be just fine. 2 balls, no strikes the count. Still nobody out. Hardhats not playing around. They're going to put up as many runs as they can, try to get out of here early. Swung on. That was a juicy changeup, but Kiefer missed. And 2 balls, 1 strike the count now. Reeves getting set. Smacked into right, and that will be just foul. Good wood from Kiefer on a floater down the right field line, but it went foul, I'd say about 3 yards. That feels about right. 2.5 outstretched paces. Like 4 meters. 2-2. Low inside and in the dirt. Blocking it, the catcher, Zach Murray. And now we got a payoff. High ball, taken at the eyes. He'll stare it and reach base via the walk. And the gears turn around one time for a run. RBI walk from Wilson Kiefer on the full count. Benz to second, Crossway to third, and scoring is Aaron Roach. So still nobody out for the reliever Reeves. Base is still loaded, and up comes AR again. He has a walk and an RBI, or sorry, and a leadoff single, as well as a stolen base and a run. He's been hitting like crazy in this tournament, on pace to be the star of the tournament. Though Lee had a heck of a performance. That's going to be hard to outdo. Popped up into foul territory, running after it is the right fielder. He thinks he has a chance. He does not. Just a step too slow to get there. And it'll drop for foul ball one. Good effort from Garrett Williams. He's got long strides. Oh, right, you're right. Bottom of the inning. My apologies. Forgot to switch that around. Roberts swings at a high curveball that doesn't even get close to the zone, but he fouls it off. And now 2 strikes, no balls to count. Can't argue with Roberts at all about hitting philosophy. He's been showing the results. He swings at one low in the dirt. The throw to home in time. Double play opportunity at first, offline. First baseman keeps it from getting to the outfield. And a fielder's choice will be out number 1. So take Crossway out 4-2. Fielder's choice at home. And reaching on a fielder's choice is Aiden Roberts. 1 out now in the bottom of the 3rd. Base is still loaded. Heads up play from Walls. Ball in the dirt. Good shifting around there from the catcher Murray. One ball, no strikes. Fouled away. Jace Morgan wearing the Roach helmet. It gives you extra speed. This has been clinically proven. The racing stripes make you faster. If he wants to do some sort of bunting shenanigans, with the bases loaded, probably not a good choice, but if he did, it would help. And he can always leg out an infield single, but with force outs everywhere, unlikely that they will even allow that to happen. 2-1. Morgan, well capable of hitting it into the outfield. Smacked into left, and there it is. RBI single. Everybody going to get one bag. And the gears turn yet again. The machine keeps working, and an RBI single brings home Phillip Bentz. Kiefer now at 3rd. Roberts at 2nd. Out comes Harry Good. He had a big double in the bottom of the 2nd. Curveball, a lot of break, but very high. Cheyenne Post 6 in attendance. They've watched the Hardhats play a lot this year. 1-0. Swung on and fouled off. Harry had that double earlier, then a walk. Scored a run. He's been hitting really well. With a lot of scouts here, too. High ball, too. This is a showcasey kind of tournament. A lot of next-level recruiters here. He's a freshman going on sophomore in college for Northeastern Junior College in Sterling. He's got the skills to go D1. And sure has been playing like it. 3-1 count. A walk brings in a run as well, and would hand it off to Dietrich. You can't throw him anything juicy here. He'll take you. Swung on, and there it is. Another line drive into left. And ka-ching, another spin of the wheel here. And the Hardhats put another one up on the board. They're up 8-1.
Oh, yeah, single for Good.
Second RBI of the day for Harry Good. 3rd time reaching base in 2 innings. Or 3 innings. Wilson Kiefer comes in to score. Base is still loaded for Dietrich. Everybody's been scoring in 1-run increments in this game thus far, or in this inning. 1 ball, no strikes to Dietrich. RBI single in the first, then struck out swinging to Olsen. Fastball low. Ooh, called strike. Just nibbled the bottom. And now the count, 1 ball, 1 strike for Reeves. Swung on, softly floated into right. That could be a catch. It will be. That actually was going to stay fair. Everybody moves except for Harry on first, and a sacrifice fly makes it an 8-run game for the Hardhats. So Dietrich with his second RBI. That ball surprisingly staying fair. It actually would have landed had it not been caught by Graves. Heading to third is Morgan. And coming in to score is Roberts. First pitch to the backstop. Not the backstop. Never mind. It was just I got distracted, and then Harry Good stole second, and I thought that the ball had gotten away, but then I'm looking at third, and I'm like, why is Morgan not moving? And it's just because Harry stole a base. 1 ball, no strikes. Here's Hayden Hollick. He's been bringing in pretty much everybody, except for in the last inning with a man on third. He struck out swinging. Base is not loaded, so there is a base to spare. Curveball, beauty, finds the top of the zone. That ball, between the up and down, probably about 35 inches of vertical break. 1-2. Popped out. And Hayden Hollick keeps going. More activity in the bullpen for Marucci. It's win or go home for them. Home isn't very far for them, but still. Swung on and driven into right center. That's gonna go to the wall. 1 run scores. Hayden Hollick with another 2-run double. He might have a chance at 3. He will not. And 2 more runs score. Hayden Hollick keeps up the hot hitting. And a 2-run double will bring back up the leadoff man for the inning, Aaron Roach. He had a 2-run double last night against the Azteca on 2 outs, and he does it again on 2 outs against Marucci. The Hardhats playing some of their best baseball right now. I think that loss really helped them. And coming out is Reeves. So Reeves being removed now. Only 2 outs recorded. 6 earned runs to his name, and a 7th still on second. I believe that's a 14. Coming to the mound now. I believe that's Gage Fonda. I believe that's Fonda. Yeah, that is. So Gage Fonda coming out now.
Pitching, number 14, Gage Fonda.
Hardhats playing great, blowing out some incredible teams, and looking poised to win this championship here. This would be their first out-of-state championship win in at least 2 years. They might have won one. I don't remember them mentioning it at either Minneapolis or Omaha last year. I just don't remember that happening. We won the Veterans last year, of course. Or not the Veterans, the Firecracker at home. Tournament which the Azteca normally participate in. Hardhats playing like a tournament-winning team. They will have a very, 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 very quick turnaround for Omaha. The game tonight at 7 for the championship game. The Hardhats would not be going back to Rapid City tonight. Not all the way, at least, because they'd get there at like 7 a.m. in the morning after the end of the 7 o'clock game, and would instead be coming in kind of afternoon on Monday, and then they'd have to leave on Tuesday to get to the Omaha tournament on Wednesday. Very quick turnaround for everybody. But if the Hardhats can keep the magic rolling, hey, break might be an issue for them. They might just want to keep playing. With as hot as they are. Coming up for the second time this inning is Aaron Roach with the second relief pitcher. So he actually, second time this inning he's coming up, and he'll face Gage Fonda, the second pitcher of the inning he's faced. Swing and a miss on a dropping curveball. That's a pretty one. Somebody revving their engine out there on the field away from us. Some of the birds getting upset. I totally understand. 2 outs, 0-1. Fonda on the mound. Roach in his closed stance. Fastball misses low. One. Swung on and hit hard down the line. It'll be handled by the third baseman. The throw across the diamond, offline. And taking third is Hayden Hollick. The first error of the game for Marucci keeps the door open in the bottom of the third. Never mind, ruled a hit. They say infield hit. I agree, it could have been. Roach still might have gotten there. His second single, infield single of the game. And Hollick reaches third on the fielder's choice to throw. Out comes Tate Crossway. He's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. Pops up a ball into foul territory. He got underneath that one, so much so that he was looking around, wondering where it went. 0-1 count. Hardhats playing fantastic here. The only mercy rule that I know about is 8 runs after 5 innings pitched to the other team that is on the receiving end of the mercy rule, which would mean Hardhats would get 1 more batting chance and would get 2 more pitching chances, assume that Marucci doesn't pull within 8. Curveball finds the zone. Gage Fonda's curveball. Sluggish but effective. A real truthful off-speed pitch. Setting up on the outside of the plate is the catcher Murray. Fastball is chopped to short. Backhanded grab. The throw on the run is offline, but they tag him anyways. So that'll be the inning. The Hardhats put up an additional 6 runs in the bottom of the third. They now have a 10-run lead in the semifinal here, looking poised to punch their ticket to the championship game later tonight. To recap that inning for you, an astonishing 6 hits lead to 6 runs. There were no errors, so 6 runs all earned to the relief pitcher. Who was that? That was Reeves, Jack Reeves. No errors. And 2 men left on. 11-1 the score. The Hardhats dominating here in this midday game. Hardhats just not messing around at all. Full strength at all times. They let that Parker team, who was 0-4 going into that game, hang around with them just long enough to make a comeback and get a surprising win. That was a wake-up call. You can't play with your food. You can't take it easy at any point. Hardhats need to go full throttle the whole time. I am worried about the Legion rules for pitching because, they will get Monday and Tuesday off, but Hardhats are going to be restricted in who they pitch in the Omaha tournament based off of who they pitch in this tournament, which is something that I bet a lot of the teams in that tournament won't have problems with. First pitch, swing and a miss, strike 1. Up To bat right now for Marucci is the catcher, Zach Murray. He flew out to right on a deep fly ball back in the first. Moreno back out for his fourth inning. Swing and a grounder right up the middle. Kiefer charges. He's got a chance. He dribbles the ball, and that'll be an error. He actually dropped the ball, picked it back up, which was kind of impressive, but then he couldn't get a good grasp on it for the throw. Kiefer having a few errors in this tournament, but also making some spectacular plays, so it's kind of evening out. The first error of the game goes to Kiefer.
Number 2, Ian. On ball.
And Murray now on first. He will get a courtesy runner. Smacked over the head of Roberts into left. And another hit. Marucci been off and on this game. 1, 2, 3 in 2 innings, and then had a 2-hit, 1-run inning back in the second. This might seem a little more like the second, maybe better in even-numbered innings. But they've got to score at least 3 to get within the mercy rule by the end of the top of the fifth. 2 on, nobody out. Smacked into center. Harry Good gonna come in, make a play. The double play to second. Didn't get him. Almost a very odd 9-6 double play. Or 8-6 double play. A line out to Harry in center who was playing shallow. Good. So Brooker England lines out for the first out of the inning. Isaiah Berard now up. He took a walk against Moreno back in the second. Still 2 on, now 1 out. Pickoff attempt, did they get him? They did! Jaden Moreno with the pickoff of Kian Lundvall. And the runner erased from the base pads. The first successful pickoff of the tournament for the Hardhats. They've gotten very close multiple times, but just couldn't quite get the tag down in time. This time they do. Out number 2. Skied up, and all of a sudden this is going to be a pretty harmless, scoreless inning thanks to some great defense. Fly out there, and after a scary start with 2 on and nobody out, the Hardhats recover and make it a scoreless top of the fourth. So 1 hit leads to no runs, no earned runs. There's an error on Wilson Kiefer, 1 man left on. And it is still 11-1. Hardhats going to get yet another chance to going to be able to keep on piling on runs here. I wouldn't be shocked to see some pinch hitters in the mix as we switch around some of the defense, trying to adjust for whatever scenarios we have to deal with down the road. Wouldn't be shocked to see like a Dawson Inhofer in for Hollick or something like that. Phillip Bentz set to lead off this inning. He's gone 2 for 2 with a pair of singles. One an RBI single into left, the other a infield bunt single in the third. Bottom of the fourth upcoming. Gage Fonda, the lefty, coming back out. Gage Fonda went to Chaparral High School. School I never... What? That one's Ranch. That's one that I never got to go to for anything. But they are a 4A school. Pretty good one at that. Bonded listed at 17 years old, 4 months. It's been 3 years since his last PBR assessment, so I'm not going to use that. Something about Gage Fonda. He used to be a member of the Colorado Rogue Baseball Club, so maybe he's seen this team before. The Rogue Baseball Club was invited up to the Firecracker last year, where they did at the Firecracker, finishing, I believe, 2 and 3. He's now on this Marucci team. And, yeah. By the way, that game between the Victus team, who might be a rematch in the championship, we'll see if how they fare against Cheyenne. No matter what, we're getting a rematch against somebody we've played before in the championship. That Victus game, the gutsy 2-1 win on the back of Lee Negebauer and some timely hitting in the 7th inning, has been uploaded in good quality to the YouTube channel that you are currently watching this on, if you want to relive that. It was buffery, glitchy in the first one. Now we've got a clean copy that you can go back and watch whatever you want. Fouled back. Definitely the most suspenseful game we had all tournament. Great pitching on both sides. And then, of course, the timely hitting. 2-1. Curveball. Up and outside. 3-1 count now to Bentz. Like I said, Bentz 2 for 2 with a pair of singles on the game. One infield, the other one not. A ball from the batting cages has unfortunately landed on the outfield grass, so second baseman going to go get that. And umpire going to throw it back to our dugout. Everybody wearing their little heat towels on their heads. It is supposed to get to 98 today here in Pueblo. Not quite as hot as Thursday. That smacked up the middle. He's 3 for 3. Phillip Bentz keeps knocking singles. And his third hit of the day will be a leadoff one to begin the 4th inning. Or the bottom of the 4th inning. He's had 2 normal singles and a bunt single. Wilson Kiefer now up. He had an RBI walk on a full count his last time up, but that was an old pitcher. With Reeves swung on, fouled back. Kiefer yet to get a hit in this game. Probably feeling a little left out. It's true. Everybody but Kiefer has a hit in this game. The Hardhats up to 13 hits overall. So could he finish it? Could we get a hit from everybody in the lineup? That would be kind of cool. A skipper home, taken for a ball. You don't always have to take those. We saw one cricket hit in the Veterans where the ball bounced before it was hit. Speaking of which, USA, major cricket upset in the Cricket World Cup against Pakistan. And the primary sport that Pakistan plays is cricket. That's their big one. They were number 2 in the world. USA with a whole with a bunch of part-time cricket players able to upset them. 1-2. Ball in the dirt. Ooh. Quick feet to get out of the way of that ball. Trying to get his tootsies. And now it's a 2-2. Fonda. Inside ball, and it'll hit him, so not with a hit yet for Kiefer, but he was hit. That's close-ish. His second time reaching base. And Aiden Roberts back up. He's reached first on a walk, a single, and a fielder's choice. He scored 2 runs, stole a base. He can be hit, but I mean, I'm not going to blow it into existence, but one of the last 2 ways to get on first would be there's catcher interference, which I have not seen all year, and then a hit by pitch, and he could reach first in 4 separate ways. Strike 1, a curveball down the middle. He's been unstoppable lately, though. Aiden Roberts, possibly the best hitter in the tournament so far from any team. Swung on and golfed into left. Will he get down? It will. In and out of the glove of the left fielder. Now headed to third. There might be a play there, and they get him. So despite the drop, a fielder's choice will erase Bentz at third. He was expecting the catch, stayed around second, trying not to get doubled up. And so a second chance given to Marucci after left fielder Isaiah Berard dives for the ball And it bounces out of his glove. Doesn't go down as an error. That's smacked into the gap. First baseman gets it, flips it to second. And a hard tag hits him in the leg, or a hard slide hits him into the leg. And Kiefer now retired at second. Oh, look at the sportsmanship. They both do a little high five. Kiefer says no ill will or anything here. Or sorry, that was Roberts.
Number 14, Harrison Good.
So back-to-back fielders' choices. A 3-4 or 3-6 fielder's choice for the second out. And then a 9-5 fielder's choice, or a 7-5 fielder's choice. Got Bentz for the first out. Now Kiefer on third, first and third, 2 outs. A skipper home, yet again blocked by Murray. He's done a good job behind the dish today. Hasn't caught any of the stealing players, but has kept wild pitches to a minimum between all 3 pitchers. Cheyenne warming up in the wings. They will play against Victus. Ball in the dirt and taking off is Morgan. No chance getting him. Stolen base. That's not a wild pitch because it really didn't get away from the guy. I'm just going to give Jace Morgan the steal there. I'm going to say a late jump steal because that ball was really not wild enough to warrant not getting a chance. Ball in the dirt to get through the legs, finally. Murray not able to block it, and sliding in home is Wilson Kiefer. Hardhats put up another run here in the bottom of the 4th. It is now 12-1, post 22. It was also ball 4. So Harry Good advances to first base on the walk. He's on for the 4th time, and 4 time's up. Morgan takes third on the wild pitch. Men on first and third. Dietrich now up. He has an RBI single, a sac fly, and a strikeout. So 1 for 2. He hits it hard into the gap, and Wells does a great job to knock it down. The throw is way offline, though, and taking third is Harry Good. Wells, a fantastic diving grab. He looks up and then air mails the ball wide of the first baseman by a good 3-4 feet. And despite the great grab, not able to make the play. That'll go down as an error on Marucci there first. It's tough to make such a good play and then follow it up with the easy part being the hard one, being the one that gets messed up. Jace Morgan scores on the air. Outside, ball 1. Here's Hayden Hollick. He has 2 RBIs, got a 2-run single, or 2-run double on 2 outs in the bottom of the 3rd. He's been raking the last 2 days. Strike 2. I remember I asked him how many hits he thought he was going to get yesterday, and he said 2. I'm hoping for 2 across the games. I believe he had 4, and now he has a hit here. Strike 3! Gage Fonda's curveball finds the edge of the zone. Hardhats only put 1 up in the bottom of the 4th. They will have a chance to finish it with a 5-inning mercy rule and make a dominant win, sending a message and punch themselves a ticket in the championship game tonight in the 44th annual Tourney Andenucio Memorial Tournament. Recap that inning. Just 1 hit leads to 1 run. The run is earned to the new pitcher, Fonda. There is 1 error on the second baseman. What's his name again? Wells. And 2 men are left on. 12-1 the score. This Marucci team seemingly better than the Gojo team or the Parker team in the way that they're playing, but the Hardhats not giving them any opportunity this time. Moreno pitching great thus far. 3 hits allowed, only 1 run. That was allowed in the top of the second. Hardhats outperforming expectations of what I believe that most people were thinking this game was going to turn into with the 2 and the 1. But the Hardhats exceeding all of that. They're up. It's actually 13-1. I missed a run in there somehow. Grounded hard, handled. A nice little squat there from Dietrich to get down to the ball's level. And that'll be out number 1. 2 more to go. Out comes Garrett Williams, the Highlands Ranch high schooler. He probably plays a few sports. I bet he's like a receiver or something too. Strike 1 on the outside. No, but he batted .250 in high school this year, which is pretty good. But it is high school pitching. I don't know. He might be a better. Let me check his pitching. Never mind. All right. 0-2 count for Moreno. He hasn't gotten a punch out since back in the first. Smacked over to Hollick. Backhanded grab. He's on his knees. The throw on target, on time, on the money. And 2 down now in the top of the 5th. Despite adding a little skid to his white pants there, Hayden Hollick able to finish the play. And Noah Mortensen, the designated hitter, getting just his 2nd at-bat of the game, and it might be the final at-bat anybody sees for this Marucci squad in the tournament. That's right, the Hardhats have only gone through the order twice and could get through that while batting through their own 4 times. Called strike. I don't know about that. Maybe a little bit generous. Got some reaction here in the grandstand at Hobbs Field. 0-2 count. Moreno, a chance to send the Hardhats to the championship. Swing, and just got a piece of... Where did that go? I don't know. It was hit foul. Came right back to the plate somehow. I think it might have hit like a pole on the dugout fence. Still an 0-2 count. To send the Hardhats to the championship game at 7 o'clock tonight. Curveball is popped up. Harry Good underneath it, and that'll do it! The post-22 Hardhats blow out the MMW Marucci 17-under team from Castle Rock, and the Hardhats, with a dominant victory in the semifinals, will punch their ticket to the championship game against either the MMW Victus team or our beloved Cheyenne Post 6 Sixers later tonight. Hardhats, great performance, one of their best, coming at the right time in this tournament. They will go to the finals. We'll wait on whoever the champion is. Happy Father's Day, everyone. Make sure that you spend your Sunday night with us. 7 o'clock Mountain Time, we have the championship game here on Hardhats TV. Hardhats trying to win the Pueblo Tourney Andenucio Memorial Tournament in their first appearance in said tournament. And also would make them... I mean, they went 5-0, or no, they went 6-0 in their own tournament in the Veterans Classic. Played well enough. Had there been a 4-team playoff, they would have played well enough to compete for the championship in that one. But there was the, Cheyenne had the tiebreaker and whatnot. And then here, we've done very well. And we will see if we can finish the job. The final score, 13-1 for Post 22. Jaden Moreno gets the win. The loss goes to Brody Olson of Marucci. Hardhats put up 13 runs on 14 hits and 1 error And Jay Moreno pitches 54 pitches to get the win. And Marucci scores 1 run on 3 hits and 1 error across 3 different pitchers. Thank you all for watching Hardhats TV. Later tonight we will have the championship game. Enjoy your Father's Day, enjoy your Sunday, and be punctual, on time, 7 o'clock here in Pueblo. See you later. Fantastic.